Hey everyone, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Crusader Kings III here today on the channel. We're going to be playing as Charlemagne, the father of Europe in 769. We're playing as King Carl. Firstly, we have to go against my brother Charlemagne, and we're going to build Western Europe and see how we go. Alrighty, so I've got to deal with Middle Francia. Even Asturias, we've got the Muslims down in Spain, we've got the Lombards too, but King Carl of West Francia is 20 years of age. He is lusty, we're going to use that to our advantage. So my brother rules Middle Francia, hopefully for not too long. I do have my son Pippin, the Hunchback, and then I've got my nephew there too, still yet to be married off. So we're going to have to try and find a spouse. I believe they're actually unsure as to which spouse he took firstly. They think it was like a Lombard princess from memory, but it's just so far back. So we'll talk to the king of the Lombards and say, hey, do you have a spare daughter? And then we'll try and use her claim to eventually take northern Italy. So what have we got here? So this princess is fortune builder. This one is law. The other one's joined the nunnery. So let's talk to the Lombard king, and we'll try and get a son and heir. So no, you are a fan of that daughter. -1. I guess we could send a gift, but I don't want to do that this early. Can we get the other one? Oh, sure. I guess the other one has slightly better traits. I don't know why they were happy with that daughter to go. Okay, so let's go with martial, chivalry, focus, because there's going to be a lot of wars to come. And I will go with... Warfare's good if we've got heaps of wars coming. But I am trying to build a dynasty here, so fertility's not too bad. I think because we're going to do so much conquering, there's so many wars, we want to bring so many kingdoms under tribute, and we also need to create so many titles. I want to try and create all of these 20. I can't usurp this one just yet too, so we're just basically going to need to save so much money. So many titles to usurp if we are to become the dominant ruler of Francia and Germania. Let's get some acolytes in too, and we've got to watch out for hostile forces on our borders, because even most of what we'd consider Germanic states now, like Bavaria and Bohemia, are ruled by Slavs at this time, and Iberia is under the control of a caliphate we have to watch out for. So let's put these men-at-arms down. But King Carl is lusty, so hopefully we can seed all these future kingdoms and houses. That'll be great. Right, let's set that up. Okay, who have we got at our court? Bertha. Let's try and seduce her, because unlike in the Game of Thrones mods, bastards don't matter. England's broken up between Mercia, Wessex, and Northumbria. The Lombards are massive. Can we talk to the Pope here? 200 gold, not going to do that. Well, to be fair, even in the Game of Thrones mod, there's not as big of a version of bastards are even in the books. Even that, they retconned it too. Like, in that first Game of Thrones book, if you read it, like, they make all this stuff about Jon being a bastard and how bad it is and how life isn't good. But then, like, you get to book 2 and 3 and there's so many other bastards hanging around and living good lives. So we can use up the title of Middle Francia. So I will take that. It's 500 now. So, nice. We've usurped that from my brother, who hates me. I would like to try and get the rest of all these titles, though. I am third in line. I can bring him under tribute, but I can't attack to take those titles just yet. So maybe I'm better to plot against my brother. He already hates me. And then I just need to get rid of my nephew, and then I can take all those titles with ease. And it seems like it's going to be a moderate murder scheme, too. Alright, let's do that. Let's commit murder in a video game. Alright, secrecy. Let's try and bring all these in. invite them to this scheme, and we'll try and get rid of Charlemagne. We'll try and keep it a secret. We don't want to be known as a kinslayer. Alright, let's try and get rid of Charlemagne. I'm third in line. Oh, okay. So King Carl is doing some hanky-panky with the local court. Nice. Interesting. Oh, yeah, because my uncle is a Martell. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, speaking of Game of Thrones, yeah. House Martell. There was like a French house, because the Martells threw back the those forces in Bordeaux, didn't they? Okay, so Pepin the Hunchback. I love how this is canon. He will not be legitimized. I might just legitimize all my bastards if I can get a bunch. I'm gonna look for a wet nurse too, because we can basically get a free young woman. She seems way better, I think. She is vengeful. She's craven, honest. Okay, let's go with Bathilda. And we'll try and get some more children too. The 2 lovers now. My Lombard wife is pregnant. We're going to have a lot of titles, a lot of duchies. We need to create these houses. We're going to have to watch out for enemies on the border. Anyone else in our court that we can chat to? I'd rather not do that to my mother. Okay, so I can actually exchange my... I can offer a a guardianship there. I can actually exchange my son for his son. Oh, I think I can make this work. Hang on, I'll do that, because this assassination plot, if he's quite ill, it might actually work. And then I'll oh god, so it is my heir. I have had a son with the Lombard princess. Oh, okay, so Charles is gonna go. We're sending off like a boy fresh out the womb as a hostage. Okay, so that's now worked. Hang on, I got a plan here. Watch this. Okay, so now we have their heir 2. Okay, this is the plan. We'll imprison him after. So we'll get rid of my brother with this scheme. We'll use this opportunity now. Carloman's dead. And then in the same turn, we'll imprison the kid. I can get him to renounce his claims. Oh, but that's not all of them, because I want all the titles that he's now got. Yikes. I'm going to get the Kinslayer trait. What I can do is I can throw him in the dungeon, and then yeah. Oh my god. We'll throw the poor kid into the dungeon. Oh no, look at his little hands all tied up. And then we'll wait for natural causes, I suppose. It'll eventually happen with the health rating. Okay, so getting some more children here now. We'll look to legitimize and try and marry those off too. You want to try and grow into other Frankish houses. So we're still next in line to take all of my brother's titles. So that was definitely the play. And we're just continuing to try and get as much money as we can. We can create more titles. It's grown now too. So this is a great way to farm prestige. Does cost money, but we're essentially need to create all these future kingdom duchies. So let's look to do that, and then we can spend the prestige if we need to. Yep. So his health is degrading. Only time will tell. Nice, another successful scheme. Hopefully, trying to get King Carl. He's acting more of a Carl than a Charlemagne. Okay. Oh, look, I nearly didn't catch that. My nephew's died at the age of 2, so he was in the dungeon for nearly 2 years, and we've taken those titles now. Perfect. Okay, let's do some wars. I'm going to go to war with the Umayyad vassal just over the border here in what will eventually be Navarre. I don't particularly want to declare war upon French factions just yet, but bringing them under tribute should be fine. So just a quick war. Don't need to call anyone in. Easy peasy. To spend prestige. We can use our lineage one though. Alright, and I'm sure the Pope won't be too upset with us going on a little Reconquista there. Yeah, because the Ubayeds are massive. The Kingdom of Astorius rules the north. So yeah, basically want to create a bit of a buffer zone. We don't want them marching all the way up to Bordeaux, do we? And then we'll try and look to... maybe try and bring some more under tribute. There is a lot of wealth in Andalusia. Okay, so we control a massive chunk of West Francia. Unfortunately, my son Charles died. I don't want to legitimize Pepin, but I'm nearly tempted to legitimize some of these other children. Still haven't had a male heir. Charles, that was in the baby swap. Maybe it wasn't Charles. It's pretty keen to, like, do a hostage exchange with a babe. Yeah, I don't want Pepin to... Hunchback Pepin to take control. But I will legitimize all these other girls. But I do need a son and heir. If we, particularly if we can get it with my Lombard wife, I want to be able to eventually take Italy for him. Okay, so still continuing down these titles as we slowly look to build Western Europe. So we can actually create... And not the Kingdom of Frisia just yet. Disputed heritage. Fair enough. More secrets being exposed. Oh, now we can. The Kingdom of Frisia. So let's do that title then. Yes, because, like, we're literally starting in 1769. So the notion of these kingdoms and dukes and stuff is still, like, so primitive. So it's kind of cool. We get to build all this up. And we eventually want to go to Tier 2 Crown Authority. And we'll work through the events. I probably can revoke that wet nurse, because money... We actually don't need her hired as an actual wet nurse. Well, actually might work out well, because it probably gives the health of the children a benefit. I would be doing activities too, getting better traits, but we can't afford it because we're focusing on building titles. Okay, I probably could ask her to command conversion. Maybe. Eventually. Oh, they're at war with the... Oh, they're not paying their taxes because there's 4,000 peasants dealing with them. The Iberians are not happy. Oh, okay. So, the Lombards are actually attacking Alemannia. I want to bring that under my control. I can't go against the Lombards. I could join their war because I'm married to the Lombard king's daughter. But I'm actually going to join the other side. So we're going to push down here. Because I don't want the Lombards to bring this huge chunk of Germanic territory under their control and influence. So we're going to push over now. And hopefully we can capitulate them before they do. I was reluctant to bring them under tribute, but if they're already doing it, I'm just reluctant to anger them just yet. I'd rather just conquer them. Alright, got a battle here in the north. Should be able to crush them quite quickly. Nice. And we're going to be able to bring these guys under tribute quicker. Nice. Look, West Francia is growing. I'd rather build duchies and titles and usurp them that way. Let's legitimize more of these children, but we're starting to grow this house a bit. I finally had a son and heir legitimately with my wife. Farrowin, Gisbert. He's going to have a strong claim to the Lombard title now. We'll eventually use his claim in the future to take all of Lombardy. Because he'll be the king of Lombard's grandson. Okay. So basically just trying to Save enough money here. We'll try and marry off my daughters too. Frankish lords. I can convert my local culture to more of a Germanic one, but because we're ruling over Franks and Frankish more than anything, it's probably not a good idea just yet, unless it gives us more subjugation authority, which I don't think so. But slowly but surely building up Western Europe here at a pretty early date. Just going around here and just looking at these houses and their heirs, I would like to marry them to my children. Sometimes it's better this way. But like, let's literally go to the heir of this major title and marry it to one of my daughters. Because we don't need to go by alliance power. We are one of the predominant powers in Europe now. We're offering vassalization ship 2. But we'll divvy out all these legitimized girls. But we're actually getting to a stage where we might need to go around and start bringing more under our tribute, more of these counties and small little minor countries, because we just need the money to create the bigger duchy titles if we are to farm prestige and Charlemagne aura, I suppose. And we're seeding some of the great future houses of Europe. We'll pay some of the ransoms there too. Probably some of these guys would be good recruits, but we'll ransom because we need that additional money. 4 lovers there too. Can't really do much else there. Oh, I can give her a pardon. That's all there. Good. And we'll make sure these children are educated too. Slowly working down the titles. Okay, we're working towards now to create the Empire of Francia. We own 141. We need 160 and 1,000 gold. These titles are just so expensive to create. Yikes. We're still going through the duchies, but maybe this is going to take more than one generation to do. We are using a lot of mods too. We need the title of Aquitaine. Not that we need it, we need to create it. So, yeah, we're just not making enough money. Maybe we will need to go around and anger these other lords, bringing them under tribute. That might be the play. Okay, so let's continue around and run around to these smaller wars then. They're not going to take very long, they're just a little bit arduous. I'd rather usurp the titles though if I can take them a different way. So this should just be like a really quick war here. Let's just march on in. I think we need everyone just in case we lose. You could make the argument, well, you don't need all of the army, because then it just costs. But we're going to be able to siege a lot quicker. Okay, got some raiders here. We can't allow them to run over the border and do hit and run tactics. Okay, we stopped them. We've recovered 44 gold, which is significant. Okay, so there's some larger counties here in the south we want to try and chip away at. Provence and Toulouse. I would imagine Provence is going to be quite fruitful. Alright, let's go against Toulouse. And we'll bring them under Charlemagne's tribute. Nice, they've now capitulated. There's just going to be so many of these smaller wars, I think. I was trying to avoid doing it, but I feel like it's the only way to create these titles. We are farming prestige, though. Like, we've got so many. Maybe should have got down stewardship, but I knew there was going to be some wars coming up. Might have been the better play. Alright, still continuing to bring more of these smaller French counties under Charlemagne's Frankish control. Nothing too difficult because we have the numbers. But yeah, border gore wise, it's a little bit all over the place. We are effectively winning with our martial focus. Sure, let's get that betrothal off. Nice. They've now capitulated. Okay. Not too many more there. I want to get through all of these titles. We've must have created over 40 or so. I want to at least finish all these titles before the end of this video. That's what I want to do. Right. Let's create a bunch more. Over 3,000 prestige with Charlemagne. Damn. Fully grown. Oh yes, the Aubed princess. I can demand conversion. I can use the hook on her. Because she might be quite useful. Oh nice, so she's Roman Catholic now. I'm only thinking we could like take some of that territory there. I'm sure the Pope wouldn't be too happy. Maybe I'll try and... Did you say she's been denounced? Oh, because she was taken. They're not even in my tribute here anymore. Interesting. Oh, we have to go back north again to deal with this small little country in Brittany. Yeah. The only thing about I can't even say that word properly. Bringing factions under tributees, is it doesn't last for long sometimes, depending on RNG. We'll quickly swarm in here though. Nice, we'll take his banner. But still slowly but surely building Western Europe, which was the play. Alright. Just moving south here of Burgundy. Pushing into Geneva now. That's going to fall. That was quite a big castle. They're under our control. Perfect. Lombards have expanded a little bit by the look of it. Only 8 more titles yet to create, which is fantastic. And back up in Brittany too. Let's bring these guys back under our control. 4,000 prestige. I don't think we need the warfare one now. Maybe go Heroes of Old. Go with heroic bloodlines. I think that would be the play. Getting reduced cost for feasts and hunts is pretty good though, if you just want to farm characters. Okay, these guys are just capitulated. Moving down into Savoy now, in northern Italy. Perfect. Oh my god, we just like captured their lady. 10 wars remaining. 8 more titles. I'm going to be able to create a couple more here. Nearly sitting at 5,000 prestige. Guess we'll ransom. We need the money and we'll recruit the other young ladies. Yeah, so we still need the title of West Francia. Got the prestige. Yeah, there's just so much to create. Restore the Carolingian borders. We need the title of Francia. But we need fame level 2. No, 3. Okay. Still so many titles to create. Yikes. This is taking so much of an effort to build all this up. I thought it'd be a little bit more straightforward. Maybe we need like a bit more of a direct mod. But we are doing it from Charlemagne's rule. Not this early on. You should be doing. Okay, let's continue to finish creating these titles. And then we're just playing whack-a-mole. We can go over the border, hit some of these other nations doing a holy war. Okay. Just looking through the list here. We can bring Asturias under our tribute. Interesting, because they expanded into that former Iubid territory, huh? Alright, for now we'll just try and clean this tributary up a little bit. And then I think we'll make plans and preparations to go against the Lombards. Nice. That war was quick and swift. Just done so many of them. They're not the most tactically difficult or hard. Change of circumstance. Oh, right. Okay, just fighting here over the Pyrenees. Bringing some of this border territory under our control. If we can help out our fellow Catholic Spanish allies, why not? Secret exposed, doesn't bother me. Okay, only 6 more titles remaining to create. Oh, nice, they've capitulated. Perfect. Whoops, I've just clocked onto something. We can't pass limited crown authority 2 because we don't have planetary assemblies for another couple hundred years. 300. Okay, well, let's go after the Lombards now. We can take the north through... Interesting. My son's claim, because there's a new king there now. We'll do that, and we'll bring northern Italy under our control. I need a new wife, too. Unfortunately, my Lombard wife is no longer alive. She won't see this, which is good. Okay, just descending from the Northern Alps now. But yeah, the former Lombard king is no more. And eventually, Charlemagne's titles will go to this son. Oh my god, our hunchback is actually commanding. Yeah, I don't think you're meant to be forming the Holy Roman Empire this early. But I've nearly finished creating all those titles now, though. Pushing down into northern Italy. The siege of Pavia. Did need to bring some allies in to help too. Oh, we'll need to swing Charlemagne around here. Nice. With our Mercian allies. We have seen some of those other kingdoms slowly but surely get some more territory too. Damn, some of these castles are massive. I will throw my forces in just to speed things up. Nice. Don't want to get dragged into any other wars just yet. So close to capitulating them then. Let's run back up. A fallen son, no! Gilsvert died 18 years of age by a Lombard. Lombasted. Oh, but they've capitulated now. Oh, I can get my sister back. Interesting. Alright, let's enforce our demands and seize northern Italy. And King of the Lombards for my son, so he's going to be able to rule that. Directly under my control, though. Nice. And we've sat him there. So we can request claim from the Pope. Oh, right, okay. The thing is, we're eventually going to be him, and then he's going to have all those titles anyway. So we can rule that title. I would like to offer vassalship. Oh, I can become his tribute. It actually might not be a bad idea if I wanted to do it that way, actually. Submit all of our holdings to him. Interesting. We'll eventually just, like, default give all our titles to him, I suppose. Alright. Damn, we had a lot of Charlemagne's children die, unfortunately. Alright, let's create those last 3 titles. Wrap things up there. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this Charlemagne run. He's 46 now. We've made my son King of the Lombards, and we'll eventually incorporate all of this, but we've done pretty well here to create all those 30 titles. Our prestige is nearly like 6,000 now, which is massive. Hope you enjoyed this video, found it entertaining, and thank you for spending your time with me here today. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.